A rejected proposal for transitional housing on Tupper Street is raising concerns about future low barrier options in the community. However, the city says developers for the 4 proposed multi-residential developments are being selected based on density and their alignment with broader housing goals. Jessica Clement has the details.
Elevate NWO's Holly Govin says the city's decision to not move forward with the proposed transitional housing complex on Tupper Street leaves a critical gap in support. The plan, developed by Elevate and the Native People of Thunder Bay Development Corporation, would have offered low-barrier housing for 30 to 60 people.
What it would have allowed for is residents to enter into a transitional program, and after a year, if there were no issues with their tenancy, they would be considered permanently housed in these units.
Govin is disappointed, noting transitional spaces are becoming harder to find. She's now waiting to hear who the city has chosen to develop housing on these lands and whether any of the new units will truly be affordable.
You know, it's good to hear that there's going to be a lot more apartment units, but what I haven't heard is affordable. I haven't heard subsidized. I haven't heard any of that language, and so that's what I really need to hear. I'm more than happy not to have to take on a housing project, but I need people to be housed, right? And I need it to be a low barrier, harm reduction type housing.
Govin says their initiative was shovel ready, with a federal funder backing the project. However, the city's request for proposals prioritized high-density builds, with the Tupper and Camelot properties supporting about 185 units combined. Realty Services Manager Deanna Walker wouldn't comment on specific applications, but says proposals were scored on various factors,
including track record for development, alignment with city growth and housing goals, and addressing community need, a neighborhood need. So I won't speak to specifics, but those are the parameters that they were scored on.
Walker points out that transitional housing and affordable housing serve different roles, and this call for proposals was graded with affordability and density in mind.
They have different definitions and very different purposes in our community. Both are needed. These proposals were graded on one of the components was affordability, sustainability, and density. So these all do contain a portion of affordable units as defined by the Canadian government. They are not affordable housing developments, but they do have a component.
Govin is hoping the city will work with Elevate to identify potential land and build housing that will support the community. Jessica Clement, TBT News.